Gary isn't behind financially. In fact, on paper, he's done almost everything right. But when Gary came to us, he had one big concern. I don't want to make a mistake this close to retirement. Gary is a VP in his mid-50s. He's been with the same company for over 20 years. He and his wife just welcomed their first grandchild. And like a lot of people at this stage, Gary wasn't worried about saving more. He was worried about turning what he already built into something clear and dependable. When we first met Gary, his financial life looked like this: a current 401k, 2 old rollover IRAs, a taxable brokerage account, an HSA, a joint savings account, and a small inherited account he wasn't sure what to do with. 7 accounts, 5 institutions, different statements, different rules. None of this is unusual. In fact, most professionals accumulate accounts over decades. But Gary's challenge wasn't the number of accounts. It was that none of them were connected to a single plan. Gary told us, I know I have enough money. I just don't know how it all works together. He was thinking about when he could realistically retire, how to replace his paycheck, what taxes would look like, and how to make sure his wife would be okay no matter what. What Gary wanted wasn't complexity. He wanted confidence. The first thing we did wasn't move money. We mapped it. We identified which accounts actually made sense to consolidate and which didn't. Not everything needs to be merged, but everything needs a role. We organized Gary's assets into 3 simple buckets: short-term income, mid-term growth, and long-term legacy. This immediately reduced anxiety because Gary could finally see what money was for what. Next, we looked at taxes. Gary was entering a window where strategic Roth conversions could lower lifetime taxes, but only if done carefully and gradually. We built a retirement income model that showed what income would come from savings, when Social Security might fit, and how much flexibility Gary had. For the first time, Gary could answer the question, what does retirement actually look like? By the end of the process, Gary still had multiple accounts, but now they worked together. Instead of 7 disconnected pieces, he had one clear retirement plan, a tax strategy he understood, a system his wife felt comfortable with, and a simple annual review rhythm. Most importantly, Gary stopped feeling like retirement was a cliff and started seeing it as a transition. If Gary's story sounds familiar, here's the takeaway. Retirement planning isn't about having fewer accounts. It's about having clarity, coordination, and confidence. You don't need perfection. You need a plan that makes sense and adapts as life changes. At Cottonwood Wealth Strategies, we help professionals like Gary simplify complexity and build plans they actually understand. If you're within 5 to 10 years of retirement and want to understand how today's decisions affect your long-term plan, we invite you to schedule a brief educational conversation.